Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Last Minute Rundown. I'm DB and Dario,
I'm Infinite One.
and today we're going to be talking about the Iron Fist versus Poe from Kung Fu Panda. I'm still in denial of that, and we'll just get to that. First, we'll start with freaking Iron Fist, and just to start off, not really a lot to go with these guys, but we'll just give you a rundown what we're able to find out. Iron Fist, pretty straightforward. He uses basically chi and learned how to manipulate and control it and use it into his punches to the point where he's able to use it as either to like a shockwave or basically hard enough where he can knock Luke Cage through a freaking building. That being said, his form of his what was I gonna say? His form of combat is a little complicated to really narrow on how strong he truly is, because the show alone doesn't really explain his best feats that well. In fact, they have him at the point where he's able to use his ki to make bullets while he shoots a gun, and I think that was one of the dumbest things I ever seen. That being said, in the comic book version, this guy is able to generate enough chi where he's able to put a hole right into a freaking air carrier. So just to be able to get an idea how strong he is, he can do that. And I was trying to look into one issue, I believe it was the Immortal Iron Fist number 14, where he actually punched a nuke and was able to survive it. I wasn't able to find it in time, but that's an interesting feat that he was able to pull off. How he did it, I'm not sure. I don't know if it was anything on that he was able to do on his own or if there was outside help on that. That being said, he's also able to use his chi to kind of heal. I'm not sure if he has used it to heal himself, but I wouldn't be surprised. And he has a very distinctive knowledge of kung fu since he was a kid. He was almost left for dead after a crazy accident. But we'll leave the origin stuff for the DeathBattle guys. Um, Basically, he can use his chi to at first glance to be able to heat up his fists and make him be able to not feel any pain from it, and to be able to do at minimum twice as much damage as you can normally do, or at least lift twice as much. But granted, he hasn't really found his true limit, but it takes a lot of time to be able to generate as much chi, so it really depends on his own energy alone. And that's really it with him. He's a very straightforward fighter. He's definitely not Avengers level kind of stuff, because Thor can take a punch from him and just shrug off like it was nothing. So just to give you an idea that he's not god level, god tier kind of stuff, but he can hold his own, and he with his own, and of course he has a distinctive knowledge of kung fu, so he could definitely last in a fight. And what else? Um, what else? So aside from his martial arts skills, he has master of he has a master understanding of pressure points. He's able to use his he's able to use his chi to also able to make himself a little bit faster as well. So kind of similar rules with Dragon Ball. So the higher the power level, the faster they are. So something similar, but just to give you an idea. Um, Accelerate the healing. He's resistant to cold, certain energy blasts to the point where he's able to generate on his own. And here's a weird one. He has some immunity to radiation. So, considering the fact that he was able to gain these powers through other dimensional means, it's weird. But we'll let DeathBattle go into that demonstration. Um, Immune to hypnokinesis, which I don't know is going to really mean much because I think Poe is immune to that anyway. So enhanced senses to the point
Yeah, they're
where,
both immune to it.
okay, so that's what I figured. Enhanced senses to the point where he's able to. They're probably going to say see faster, BS again, but you know what? In this case, it makes sense. So their perception of time is a lot slower because of how in tune they are with reality and with their own chi, since they're able to actually kind of manipulate their own speed at a certain point. Um, Other than that, pretty straightforward fighter. I can't really say he's cocky, but I wouldn't really say he's Sun Tzu level smart. He's not really that clever a tactician, but he knows how to defend himself. And when the time comes, can work with others. But in this case, he's on his own, so we'll see. That's pretty much on him. So, want to take it off on our good friend Poe?
Let's go. Let's go to Po Ping, the Noodle Master. Um, basically the same. Basically, he's pretty simple himself. Kung Fu Master, superhuman physical characteristics. He can send foes to the shadow realm, spirit realm, but same thing. Both kids. It's both kids oriented. Um, he is resistant slash immune to like pressure point attacks and paralysis attacks.
Yeah.
He
Well,
is he is very durable. He also can do with his chi manipulation all these crazy little um
abilities.
thank you, that he can do with his chi whatever.
At the same time,
Um
if I may cut off real quick, at the same time when they wrote this character, like I feel because we only just realized that there was a freaking TV show. We forgot that even existed. We thought there was just the movies. So that being said, they might as well had to come up like a new move for each show, and probably for the video games as well. So the way he was advertised, they definitely wanted to give him as much MacGuffins as possible.
yeah, like with these, you can with time manipulation, shape shifting, stat amplification, soul manipulation, intangibility, invisibility, transforming, life manipulation, perception,
He can become a
manipulation.
freaking dragon. I mean,
He
they
can
kept on.
be.
They literally kept on saying that he is the dragon warrior, but it literally not till the third movie where he literally becomes a dragon warrior. Imagine if Mushu was bigger and had a little Jack Black inside him.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he has Jack Black inside him anyway, but
Okay, next.
anyway, he has all these weird like abilities with items from the show, I believe. Um, he's very durable because he is fat. He is a big, he is a fat panda. He can blind opponents and paralyze them as well. Like we said, he's resistant to mind manipulation and possession. Um, he can break solid matter down into ki, being able to create portals to and from the spirit realm, resurrection, and he's resistant to transmutation. It looks like.
So yeah, so here's the thing. You literally just said it there. So he basically can bring himself back from the dead. Like
Yes.
like if I may, like probably the most ridiculous feat that Poe has ever done was when he had to take on not J.K. Simmons, who was not Kratos. If you seen
Arm Pictures of Spider Man.
if you've seen Kung Fu Panda 3, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
And I didn't
Any
get to watch that yet. I'm watching it tonight.
Anyway, so he basically had to fight a dude who wasn't even mortal, and the ironic loophole to what was the technique called again?
The Wushu finger hold.
The wushu finger hold is it doesn't work on non-mortals. The dude they're fighting is a non-mortal, so Poe decides to full Nelson the guy and does it to himself, taking them both to the spirit realm. And then through the battle was able to resurrect himself from said spirit realm with his new powers. So he basically offed himself to stop the villain, end up coming back as a god.
And the people were praying to him and giving him power, so technically I do classify him as a god.
Yeah, he is. He does have worshippers. That literally is how that works. I'm quoting the movie. He mastered ki.
Yeah. He's pretty fast too. He was able to redirect supersonic speed level cannonballs that were shot at him. He also was able to tank one that hit him and sent him a far distance.
Yeah, the guy basically naturally has ultra instinct, and even if he does get hit, he can take it pretty well.
Um, some things that I worry about with Poe is he can accidentally blind himself using the golden lotus clap if he doesn't close his eyes.
Okay.
Overusing his hero's key can drain him, exhausting him, and making him unable to use key attacks for a short period of time. But it's not an issue with the mastery of key. And of course, if Poe dies in the spirit world, he's done for good.
True. So if that were the case, if they were both to end up in the spirit realm, in the spirit world, then unless Iron Fist is actually able to beat him even on the enemy's own turf, he might have trouble against him. But I don't know. This is a
So,
weird one because I will,
and
like I said, I thought Iron Fist was kind of straightforward and, no offense to the fans, a little boring. Then again, I tried watching the show again, I did, and maybe that wasn't the best example. And then I looked up a bit of the comic book, and he is a pretty straightforward guy. And don't get me wrong, the whole purpose of his creation was literally inspired by the whole kung fu fad with Bruce Lee and everyone coming out around that time zone. So I love that alone. But yeah, there really wasn't too much to really for him to bring to the table. He's very low grade superhero. That being said, he has done some incredible feats. Like I said, he literally was able to put a hole into a freaking aircraft carrier and stop a nuke. Uh, well, take on the nuke with the punch. Um, that being said, I don't know how he's able to survive that, but once he does die, he will stay dead. So I have the possibility that Poe might win this one.
probably also some techniques oppose Feet of Fury, which is just multiple kicks. We covered the Wusu finger hold, Thundering Wing Hammer, uh, rapidly spins around, suddenly stopping, place one palm out, a ball of energy. So basically Hadouken. Golden Lotus Clap, clapping their hands together, Golden Mist appears, causing blindness. Um, Mongolian Fireball. Again, another Hadouken.
A lot of his moves are almost very
Yeah,
similar, but
key based.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of key being thrown around at each other. But I guess the real question is Iron Fist capable of breaking through Poe's durability? Yes or no? And if not, is Poe capable of beating Iron Fist? Probably. I honestly think Poe is gonna win this.
Finger Mind Slip. This technique causes temporary paralysis, short term memory erasure. Um, Kawa Punch Kick. I guess if the strike hits the body, it can cause immobilization of the body. More than likely a nerve attack technique. Um, yeah, Poke and Fly, by the way. Poke and Fly with wings made of pure light. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, wings of a dragon. Literally, just turns himself into a dragon made of light, and the dragon's mouth moves with when he talks as well. So it's practically portraying himself as a dragon. Oh yeah, and in the end of the day, he can just once he accumulates that much ki to be able to go into that form, he can literally just do what Goku does and just dragon fist the enemy.
Probably like I don't know if that falls under Silken Moon Touch. Poe concentrates all his power into a single finger and touches the opponent, releasing a large pulse. with temporary after effect of turning day to night, and then of course the hero's key, key, imparted upon him by the universe upon Uwei's passing in the form of a radiant blast from a part of his body.
Uh,
So that's just a massive release of ki from his body.
I'm not gonna lie. There's really nothing else to really add because we've already seen enough that Poe's attacks are basically dimensional based when Iron Fist are not. I think we have enough information.
Same.
All right, so this is pretty short side. This is probably more just for fun, but I think Poe's gonna win this. But if you guys think otherwise, say
Oh,
something in the comments. But
hoping,
what?
hoping.
Hoping for Poe?
No, well, his name is Po Ping. So
Poe Ping.
yes,
Bing. Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but I
noodles.
think that's all we need for that one. All right, so thank you again, everybody, for another episode of Last Minute Rundown. We'll hopefully get you a reaction for the next one a little bit sooner than the last one. I apologize it took so long. We had to
That was
really.
so stupid.
We were dealing with copyright like crazy,
Oh
and
my god, it
we
was
figured it
annoying as
out. We
hell.
figured it out. So
Well,
we
you
have.
figured it out.
Yes, I figured it out, but shut up.
I
Just
just
give it.
I sat around and just like ate.
Throwing you a bone, but thank you throwing it back. Anyway, thank you again for joining us. I'm Deviant Dario,
I'm Infinite One.
and enjoy the fight.
Caduce.